What is going on, people? It is Aussie back at you with another video for the B9. Now, in this video, we're going to be looking at installing one of probably the biggest upgrades in the B9 platform, the 034 RS Plus injectors. So these injectors are a game changer for anyone running big power, especially on stage 3 and E85 setups. So probably asking, why should we get them? Now, I'm going to be very honest initially and say that anyone running your sort of 99 fuels or 93 octanes, you probably won't see a power increase from these, but there is a reason why I like bigger injectors. So, one of the good things is many people that know me personally and know the build know that I've worked with a number of companies over the years. I say worked, sorry, I've a customer a number of companies over the years. And one of those companies that's been heavily influencing my build is 034. 034 were the first company that ever actually got me interested in tuning my car. So they had the stage 2 file, and then from there I then progressed and moved on to, other things in terms of upgrades. So that's a bit of background on that. Now I did approach 034 and I have been pestering them for the longest time to get my hands on these injectors. And thankfully, the good guys Nick and Kyle have partnered with me on these injectors to do a small sort of video on them and explain the benefits of them and push things moving forward. So 034 have been working on these injectors for the longest. So I've known about these injectors for well over a year. And these have been running in cars for extended periods of time, because one thing when you release a product, you want to make sure it's working properly. You don't just want to say, oh look, we made a new product and then get issues later on. So these have been thoroughly tested, right? And in terms of themselves, they've been pushing the platform, and one of the biggest limitations that we've probably all noticed at this point now is fueling. I've said it previously, I've said it in posts on the Facebook, many people know me, and one of the things that we're missing is bigger injectors for a number of reasons. Even with the upgraded turbos and all the supporting mods that were on offer, the stock injectors do become a bottleneck really, really quick. So 034 managed to team up with some Bosch and OE engineering consultants to create something that the platform hasn't seen before, and that is a truly upgraded direct injector. So it is a really nice piece of equipment that these guys have put together. So again, probably as you guys know, they start off with a genuine sort of RS injector that we all stage 3 chaps all run, and they modify them, increase flow. So without sacrificing that sort of reliability aspect of them. So I'll give you an example. These flow about 67% more than stock S4 injectors, but most of the viewers, people watching the videos and people interested in the build, tend to be running the RS 4.0T injectors, and these flow 31% more than those. So here's the point to this sort of install. Why would we inject? Why would we, increase the output of the injectors? And this purely is to run full E85 safely at these sort of power levels. Don't have to blend, don't have to run out of fuel, and they give the ECU a massive amount of headroom. Now this is huge for me, and this is why I got them. So a majority of the time I am going to be running the Tesco Momentum over here in the UK, or 99 fuel. I like having headroom. What this means is, let's just say with headroom, you've got, two pumps. One pump to give you output is working at 100%, right? To give you, let's just say, 50% output. Then you've got another pump in another situation. That pump is much bigger. That only has to work at 50% to give you the same output, meaning it's less strain on the hardware. That is key for me, is making sure that there's less strain on the hardware. You don't want your system maxing out and running, being honest, balls to the walls everywhere you go. That is bad for components, bad for hardware. I'm not a fan of it. I like to have maximum headroom, which is why once I release the build, you'll see the headroom that I have. So I have a machined custom high pressure fuel pump. I've got an Arctic low pressure fuel pump, and now I've got the RS injector. So it's the ultimate fueling combo that you'd want in this platform. There are other fueling combos as well that I maybe we'll speak about in future if people are interested, but the main ones you want to see are these sort of three combos. This will give you more than enough headroom for the sort of most people's stage 3 setups and beyond in some cases as well, depending on how much power you're trying to push through it. So what do you get in the box? You get your 6 flow match injectors, so the nice thing is they are tested per injector set, which is awesome, meaning that the flow is bang on between them. And the good thing is as well, they're direct fitment. So that's one thing to note, is really important. There's no fancy harnesses, no fancy wiring needed. It is literally pull the old injectors out and drop these in, and that is you. Of course, keep in mind that you do have to tune the car after, so we will get into that. But for now, I just want you to enjoy the time lapse of my good friend Wax putting the injectors in. Thank you.
Caps at the bottom, obviously, because it's got the, what you call it, the older caps at the top. So they're very identical. Obviously, you can see the
Brilliant, right, 034.
034, so that's going to keep me right now.
Let's have a look at the sprayers. I'm sure they're, yeah, so size of that. Intake versus 034. Yeah, boy.
That's a
And
big
then same
difference.
at the bottom. I'm sure at the bottom, you won't be able to see that, man, but I'm sure at the bottom they've got an additional sprayer as well. That's so small, man, there's no way you can see that.
It's good how they've done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's machined properly, man. It's a good product.
And you get these off. This is one bit where it gets tricky.
That's the wee
The
3-prong.
Thing with the pick.
So those with a keen eye will probably notice two things in the car. Number one, I have installed an ethanol sensor, which will be connecting up to my CAN screen that I have in the car. And number two, you would have probably already noticed that we did bank one already. We didn't manage to record that. We were running tight in time, I'm going to be honest. So I made sure to get down to record the bank 2. And bank 1 was done, but it wasn't all put back together again, which you'll see. So it was fairly straightforward. High pressure fuel pump fitting, unfortunately, it proved a little bit of an issue, so we had to order a new one, so that also stalled us. Not sure if many people know, but those high pressure fuel pump fittings to the rail are one-time use only. So you do have to normally buy a new one, but most of the time you can get away with reusing it. But once you get it on and off, maybe 2-3 times, it tends to just get a little bit brittle, because the brass molds onto the pipe, the rail. So anyway, we got a new one on, fitted like a glove straight away, buttoned that up pretty quickly, and essentially just started buttoning up the other side, which you'll see in the time lapse when we go back to doing the install. Apart from that though, everything went quite smoothly, no issues at all. Very, very straightforward to install and remove. We also moved on from the OEM coil packs, so I now have ECS tuning coil packs on the car as well. So again, another sort of upgrade I had sitting there, and I wanted to put it on the car since we have them there. Fingers crossed everything goes well. We have also got some lovely new brisk plugs from 034. I am a massive fan of brisk plugs. There's a specific reason, but maybe I'll get into that at a future date, but I would recommend people run the brisk plugs, especially newest revision. Right now I'm running the second revision. I've had them on for probably about just shy of 700 miles, maybe between 5 and 700 miles. Can't remember what the odometer says. It's been absolutely flawless. The other ones, of course, we had to change out given the situation with the engine when we first got it back and how fouled they were from all the cranking. But we are moving on to some good things with the car. Once we get everything back together, which you will see, I then loaded the file on, the tuning file, and started logging it. Unfortunately, I didn't capture putting the tuning file on, but I used Dead Beef, and the tuner in question is Unicorn Motor Development. So they are a company that's been doing my custom tunes for quite some time, and they are probably one of the top custom tuners on the B9 platform, especially when it comes to using your 99 fuels, as you say, and meth tunes as well, which you'll get into in a later video. But in terms of ourselves, we have fitted the injectors, and the reason I mentioned Unicorn is because they are the ones that provided me with the file. Now, there was no calibration information, but 034 did make it super easy. I say there's no calibration information, there is. They send you the sort of calibration with the injectors that you buy, and then your tuner, if they know what they're doing, should be able to calibrate with the car based on that documentation. I got a file, put it on the car, and as you'll see, car runs sweet as a button. So, made some minor tweaks, but car runs, and no issues from my end. Everything looked good, sent the logs to the tuner, and we are just waiting to get the car done. So fingers crossed you enjoy the rest of the time lapse and a small outro to the video. I will see you guys soon.
No risk, no reward. Finally got us all on one accord. Putting big numbers on the board. Teamwork make the dream work. Wanna win alone? That's no fun. That's why we stay up in the zone. Stack more fun. Bare bones. Big business. Carry on. We get it on. We stay poppin'. You think we clone? We never stop it. We never stop it. We love the fast lane, especially after all the pain. And we ain't sign up just to maintain. This is what you knew about us before we even came. So please don't be coming with those games. Just got off the phone with the plug. Re-up. When the pack touch down, we up. It's about to go down. Turn up. Living in the fast lane. Speed up. Fast horse, big wheels. Power stand, dollar bills. Fast horse, big wheels. In the fast lane, dollar bills. So take it how you wanna take it. Get the currency, get the big faces. Trying to take them trips to the foreign places. Yeah, we keep it poppin' cause we got the patience. With no gimmicks. Purring off Malaco. The headbanger, the kush got our eyes closed. We never slipping, never with the blindfold. Trying to hustle up a mercy alive. Go home with the plug, re-up. When the pack touch down, we up. It's about to go down, turn up. Living in the fast lane, speed up. Fast horse, big wheels. Power stand, dollar bills. Fast horse, big wheels. In the fast lane, dollar bills. Fast horse, big wheels.
Thanks again for watching the full video, and listen, if you enjoy what you see, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram as well. I post updates in multiple ways in the different platforms, and hopefully this answers some of the questions you guys have got in the 034 injectors, and hopefully you will be picking yourself a setup soon. Thanks for those who have already ordered the injectors as well. Hopefully you get them soon so you can install them and get maximum fuel capacity on your car as well with these new TTE 850 turbos.
Nice.
Just logging the car for Rick down at Unicorn. Need to let it warm up first.